in this video we're looking at logarithm laws. So the first law we're looking at is when you have log a xy, so you're multiplying two numbers together, you can convert this to log ax plus log ay. So multiplication becomes addition. The next one is when you have the logarithm of a quotient or a fraction. Now that's equal to the difference. So divide becomes multiply. So again, here we have multiply, and it can be converted to plus, and it can go the other way too. If you have plus, we can convert it to multiply. The next one we have was that division. If we have divide, we can convert that to subtraction, and if we have subtraction, we can convert that to divide. The next one, the logarithm of a term raised to a power is equal to the power multiplied by the logarithm. So if you have something like log axn, that can be converted to n log ax. So I'm going to write up some examples up here. So if I have log a 3 plus log a 4, that's the same as having log a 12, because 3 times 4 is 12. Now if I go to the next one, if I have something like log a 2 over 3, that can be converted into log a2 minus log a3, okay? So we're going from divide to minus, but it can also go the reverse way. If I was given the log a2 minus log a3, that can convert to log a2 over 3. The next one here, we have, if I had something such as log a2 to the power of 2, maybe not 2 to the power of 2, let's say 2 to the power of 3, that can change to 3 log a2, okay? So the power essentially here just comes out the front, all right? That power goes out the front. So some other properties you need to know. Here, if you have two a's on the bottom, log a to something a, essentially you just get the power, the x. If you have log base 1, that's the equivalent of 0. And if you have log aa here, that's the equivalent of having 1. All right, so I'm going to jump into some examples. So here we have log 10 1000. So I could convert this. So I'm going to write log 10 1000. I can change this to log 10 10 to the power of 3. And then I'm using my law, the log axn converts to n log ax. So that's the law I'm going to use now here. Because I have the same on the bottom here, that 3 can come out the front. So 3 log 10 10. And then remember, log aa equals 1. So this just converts to 3 times 1, which is 3. Okay, so there's some changes and rules going on here. That was I just used 2 of our log laws to go through and do it. The next one here, we've got a plus, remember? So the law I'll be using is log ax plus log ay is the same as having log axy, so the same as multiplying them. So knowing that, we're going to have log x 5 times 6, which is log x 30. All right, next one we have here, we've got 2 things. So I'm going to break this up first. I want to focus on getting rid of this here. All right, now remember for this one, we're going to be using our log ax converts into log axn. All right, so with these questions, you're noticing I'm just trying to find where the laws work and fit in. So the first one I'm going to do here, so this changes to log x4 2 minus log x8, which means this is really log x16 minus log x8. And you'll notice that we're subtracting 2 logs at the same base. Remember, and that was log ax minus log ay was the same as having log ax over y. All right. So knowing that, I can change this to log x 16 over 8, which means it's log x 2, because 16 divided by 8 is 2. The next one we have here is an easy one, you should know this. Log ax is the same as having log axn, so let's do that. We'll end up with log x 100 to the power of a half, and if you remember your powers, so if I have x to the power of a half, that's the same as having the square root of x. So that is an index law which covered in a different video. So this converts to log x the square root of 100, which is log x 10. Alright, we'll do another one. These all have the same base, they're all base 3. So we can just go from left to right at this point. So we have log 4 plus log 15. So if I look at this section here first, we can times them together, remember, because plus between the logs means multiplication. So we're going to end up with log 3, 4 times 15 minus log 320. So we get log 360 minus log 320, and now we can look at our minus here because that's next in line, which is division. So we end up with log 360 over 20. So we end up with log 3, and remember, if you have the same base and the same number, that equals 1. So we used several different log laws there. The first one we used was our log x plus log y equals log xy. We also used down here log x minus log y equals log x over y. And then finally down here we said if we have log AA, that's the same as having 1. So we use 3 different logarithm laws there. Alright, and you just do one at a time until you finally get to your answer. So here's another one. Let's focus on what's in the brackets first and simplifying that down. So we're left with 2 log 10, 2, that stays. We have a plus, so we know we need to multiply 5 and 8. So I'm just going to do that. We are left with log 10, 5 times 8. I then want to focus on getting rid of this 2 here, and I know that could be put at the top. So I'm left with log 10, 2 to the power of 2 minus log 10, 40. Log 2 to the power of 2, yeah, it can be converted to 4 minus log 10, 40. Because we have a multiply here, we know we need to convert it to a divide. Let me add some equal signs. So log 10, 4 over 40. So log 10, 1 over 10, which can be converted to negative log 10 to the 10, which converts to negative 1. Alright, so what we did there, we did our normal product expansion, so our log x plus log y equals log xy. We then did here our n log x equals log xn. We then did our subtraction, log x minus log x over y. Now this might be a new one. If you have log 1 over x, that's the same as having negative log x, which is what we did there to get to this. And then we had log AA equals 1. So lots of different log laws there that we use, pretty much all of them, to finally get down to negative 1. To recap a long video, remember you have multiple log laws all on your screen there. It's important that you write these down somewhere where you can easily access them when you're answering these type of questions. So you don't have to keep flipping back and forth and trying to remember them. They are there and they're handy. Write them down when you use them too. I suggest that as a starting point, so you're getting used to rewriting all your laws over and over again and where they're used.